Are you
Have
drinking
the-
a delicious gamer sup right now, Jack?
Funny you should mention that. No, it's water.
Funny
pee,
seeing you
water.
are mentioning to me right
Funny.
now, Mark.
With the Chesterclites.
I know more than anyone, Johnny.
Yeah, I forgot his name was Johnny. But yeah. All right, are we up and running?
Yeah. Join shared chat. Hey.
Share.
Communities can chat with each other now. You can leave the shared chat
Fight
session
to the death.
anytime.
Fight to the death. Fight to...
You can take mod
That's what I really
actions
wanted.
against viewers in other channels. I can. We mod each other's.
Whoa.
Double stacking.
Yeah,
Nuts.
it's all right.
Do I sound like a robot though?
No, you still sounding good. Ah.
Oh, that's cool. We can see who's in whose chat. We have like, it's like we're fighting in a war.
Yeah, this is kind of like the YouTube
Yeah.
thingy.
That's rad. Welcome everyone.
Hi.
I'm here to steal valor.
We're trying a shared stream. A little bit.
We're crossing the streams.
You wouldn't cross a stream just to say hello.
You wouldn't download my mom.
Oh, the hell I wouldn't.
Excellent.
Hey, can anyone look up what color Sub-Zero's eyes are? I'm just curious.
Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat has white eyes. He originally had blue eyes, but they turned white after he got the dragon medallion.
So... Wait, are they always white? No, Scorpion has white eyes. Sub-Zero has like pupils.
Scorpion's
Did you read the
eyes
AI answer?
in concept art
Or did
from
you just
Deadly
listen?
Alliance. This is literally from Sub-Zero's Mortal Kombat Wikipedia. You ask me for an answer, I give it to you, and then you're like,
yeah,
did you
I'm
just
giving
read
him
that
blue
off
eyes.
AI?
Did you read that off AI, boy?
Look, I think the important thing right now is that Emperor gifted some subs.
I was going to get to that. If people would...
Jeez, Fred, you're so combative.
Yeah. I'm honestly very scared.
Emperor, thank you.
I hear a little bit of crackling sometimes on my headphones, but you guys don't hear that?
No, we hear.
I do.
Oh. It might be from the music I'm playing.
No,
Thank you, Max.
It's your...
Very kind of you. I could just stop the music.
I wonder if the crackling would go away if you... What are you playing the music on anyway?
Chrome.
Hmm.
But I feel like it's still internet no matter what I use. I just stopped it.
Yeah, so... Got to hear you talk to see if it's still popping.
Do you really want to taste it?
Yeah!
I mean, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't hear it popping.
I think the music is just a bridge too far.
I think it's too many audio sources from Chrome.
But maybe Spotify would work.
All you have to do is try.
Do you really want to hurt me?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
That's so wild. We have a shared chat. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Hi, everybody. Hello.
Hi.
Yo, baby.
Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? Sentences. All right. I'm going to see if I can play
Leading
music
Air
off
Cadet William Lyle
Spotify
Gray, you are officially my arrestee.
and not
Sign at the bottom if
Spotify.
you understand.
Are you playing it now?
No, not yet. Give me
You're
a
popping there a
second.
little bit.
All I did was open it.
Burge, they aren't letting
So I
you
feel
make
like
any
even.
calls.
I just heard that.
Well, you should have been
me
spotted
try
by
it.
now.
He
Let
went
me
straight
try
out.
it.
Doesn't
Oh,
seem
dear.
fair.
Straight out? O'Donnell
it
took a
doesn't.
greenie out of Atmo?
I
All
saw
right,
his
now I'm
ankle.
playing music.
He was leaving.
Very faint.
Where's he heading, Gray?
I don't know.
Like hell you don't.
How's that?
You and O'Donnell go pretty
Yeah,
far
nothing
back,
yet.
Gray. He's flying that greenie someplace,
Let's
and it'll sure look a lot
not
better if you go
question
on and
it.
tell us now.
If he told me he was going somewhere, I wouldn't have let him fly it in the first place.
He's discharged! Why?
Okay, I think we could finally.
How is he even here?
Okay, I'm not
The
gonna
young
jinx
lady
it.
in 3 let him in.
Never mind.
Sing.
AFC Farrah Phoenix.
Sounds
A
fine so
song.
far.
He said he just wanted to show off to her.
Phoenix.
Yep, her father's running for premier.
Yeah.
Well, that would
Yeah, if we
explain
just keep this
Cornerian's
going, I think
Secret
this could
Service
work.
Getting here before us.
Thank you all so much for being here
Holding our
and
phones.
enduring,
Oh,
helping me get
jeez.
my hours in. I just started a Twitch.
Well,
But,
that's us
yeah.
getting looked at for treason.
Sarge, this is all my fault. I take all the blame, but this isn't treason. I'm not that type of fella.
Oh, I know you're not that type of fella. You're the type of fella who couldn't hang a piss because he forgot where he put it.
Now, Burge.
2 years I've put up with him. Of all the coconut-headed shenanigans you've gotten up to, this is just the cake taker. Katina's already a joke to the Cornerian home branch. What do you think we're gonna be now?
And I know I probably already know the question, answer to this question, but you guys can't hear my music, right?
I have your stream muted, so I don't hear you
Right.
twice.
So like on Fred's stream, like we're not gonna hear my music.
You're not sharing. You're not sharing any
Right.
music playing
Any
thing
audio.
with
Yeah,
me.
that's what I thought. Just wanted to
Yeah.
make sure. Cool.
Yeah.
Take
All
all
right.
the time you need, 'cause
We keep
we're
our butts
sticking
wiped here.
around till your name is on that
All I have
paper.
is
That's what
my
worries me.
desktop audio and you guys on Discord, which is the desktop audio.
Wonderful. I can't stop listening to that Aha song.
Every time you bring it up, it
Where I
re-enters my
wouldn't have let him
mind.
fly it in the first
Is
place.
that Aha?
Discharged. Why?
Is that Aha?
What do you think?
It's
It's
good. It's real
it's
good.
really good. It's a great fucking song, though.
Yeah. That bit is just so good. Is that Aha? You know, I don't want to cry again.
I have to incorporate that song into an animation someday, somehow.
Let him fly it in the first place.
He's
I
discharged.
do want to
Why?
cry again.
How is he even here?
The young lady in 3 let him in. AFC Farrah Phoenix.
He said he just wanted to show off to her.
Phoenix.
Yep, her father's running for premier.
Well, that explains.
God, the lead
Cornerian's
singer of
Secret
Aha
Service
is
getting here
still
before us.
gorgeous. He hasn't aged
Still.
a day.
Holding our phones.
Oh,
Well,
Oh,
rather, I
thank
would
you,
say
Rat.
he aged so gracefully.
Well, that's us getting looked at
Yeah.
for treason.
Sarge, this is all my fault. I take all the blame, but this isn't treason. I'm not that type of fella.
Oh, I know you're not that type of fella. You're the type of fella who couldn't hang a piss because he forgot where he put it. Now,
How's everyone's night?
2 years I've
For all
put
the
up
new
with
people.
him. Of all the coconut-headed shenanigans you've gotten up to, this is just the cake taker. Katina's already a joke to the Cornerian home branch. What do you think we're gonna be now?
Okay, the sooner you tell us everything that happened, the sooner we can get this resolved. I already told you everything. I let him fly to show off for his girlfriend, and he flew straight out. If you're not gonna believe me, just take me in. Oh, I sure will.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm anywhere and everywhere. Too much dynamite. Spelled just like that.
I wanna be with you everywhere.
But if you see me anywhere other than Instagram, I guess Twitter or Poopy X and Blue Sky. Yeah, mostly on Blue Sky. It's nice.
Emperor Tiger Star asks a very good question. So, Jack, of all the awesome music puns you made in the Bronx video, which are you the most ashamed and proud of? Ooh. I think I want to hear your guys' input first. I'll have to rack my brain.
My favorite is Banjo's
Uh-huh.
It's just lovely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, that's the
favorite.
quickest one. Yeah, least favorite.
Or about the biggest groaner?
Yeah,
The
that's what
biggest
I'm
one
thinking
the
about.
one that makes your
Yeah.
eyes
Biggest
roll
groaner.
back the farthest.
I mean, there was so much stretching just to have a narrative happen, like Wario counting 1, 2, 3, 4, and continuing Luigi's one-time proof of liking the Beatles in the other Brothers Mario videos. So that was kind of a stretch. I don't know if that's the worst one. Crud. No one has commented on the birds are singing, which I thought was the funniest joke in the whole thing.
I mean, he's
Not a
literally
single
holding
person.
record that says that.
Yeah,
I saw.
I
one.
thought that
I
was
saw
the most
one.
brilliant one. Okay, I mean, I have to go through. There's a lot of comments, but just the birds are singing, isn't it wonderful? I just thought that was so funny, and yeah, that just, yeah. We gotta find the prince. You gotta help us. Come back with Little Richard. Huge thanks to you. I'm so happy that worked.
It was nothing.
I've had that in my head forever.
Remember, I just seen it. I was like, "This is the best I can do."
But it was better than anything I could do.
Now that it's
yeah.
put in, it literally just sounds like he's saying it.
It does,
I can
yeah.
take a
It
little
sounded
credit for that.
perfect. Yes, please do.
A little. I'll take a tiny bit.
A wee bit of credit. Well, yeah, no, the still images of them holding the albums is, I think, great. I have to thank my friend Eagle for coming up with those. Oh my god.
Gay Luigi
Gay Luigi.
holding up Marvin Gaye.
No, that one's gold. That one's gold. No, it's well, they asked specifically Smash Bronx. I haven't thought about all of them.
No.
What's the No, there's definitely a groaner in there. There's one
Can't
by
let
the end
dark
of
side win.
Okay, that one was starting to get that one was starting to get yeah. Consider Lupe gold. Absolutely gold. I don't think so. The Eclipse pretty good. Can't let the dark side win. Yeah, I think that's when I was stretching it the most, which I was happy. That's when the fight broke out because I was like, yeah, this just has to be a brawl. I didn't see anyone comment on that Paulina. Is it Pauline? Am I losing my mind? Pauline was holding a John Mayer album, and she's the mayor.
Oh my god.
So no one got that. Yeah, no.
I
So
didn't catch
there's
that one. You
there
only
were
see it for
so
a
many
few frames
references.
A second.
Yeah, I know. There was one other thing that like no one I think has caught yet, but I can't remember what it was. I'll have to rewatch it. I don't know. Anyway,
I think the groaner for me is gonna have to be G Falco U2. It fits so perfect, and it sets.
It
up
is
the
a
joke
groaner,
that you're just like,
but it's pipe down, slip. I mean, that might be the most fun, just because of like not even 5 seconds of listening to the song.
Who's boss?
That was gold. That's all you. That was gold. No, I didn't. No, that one was so friggin' funny because it flew, like it continued.
It felt like Falco would definitely be a Bruce Springsteen fan.
Yeah, and it's like the perceived, was it truly a microaggression moment from beginning kind of gets closure, like, and then it's like, of course he gets beat up, like, you know, yeah, no. Yeah, it was kind of oddly heartwarming to see how many people in the comments were like, oh my god, finally, like, acknowledgement of racist Falco. And I was like, yeah. It's like, yeah, dude, he's...
Call him out.
And proceeds to play one of the most nationalist, racist ballads. If you looked up the lyrics to Born in the USA, it goes right out of the gate. Pretty...
Yeah. I don't care if this loses me fans, but yeah, like, I don't like Bruce Springsteen. I've never really liked his music. Like, I don't know, it doesn't do it for me.
It's too ballady. I've never been into like any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Not judging anybody. It's just like,
oh yeah,
not really my big thing.
Yes, Link singing Zelda was Fleetwood Mac's everywhere because my design of Zelda was just essentially Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, boom,
favorite.
that's Zelda. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, I got a few comments where it was like, Snake should just be a Vietnam vet, and I'm like, yeah, that's perfect. That's pretty, like, what would be more fitting than that? Yeah, I don't know for how much longer I can continue just sticking to in-game or like official quotes to propel the characters. I might have to switch to stretching it, or I'm not saying full-blown sitcom doing the voices for everyone kind of thing, but the remaining ideas I have for it are like going to just switch to more like music covers and more like vibe pieces. Like, I don't have any big ideas for anything rivaling. Like, Smash Bronx was like, if it had to be the last one, it was the last one, but there are other ideas that are in the works, so I can't in full confidence say that it's the last one, but yeah.
I personally have like some comic, like a comic series or two that I put all of my fuel into for a number of years. Like Starship is kind of the one that really like set me off to where I'm at now. And there are people that are begging for it, and it's like, I don't want to make it for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Just because people want it. I want to put if I come up with a good idea, I'll put it out there. But like,
absolutely,
4 years of a mostly silent comic, like it's a lot. And I have all my other projects that I'm working on too. That's that. And I have to keep reminding people too. They're like, when is the new Starship coming? It's like, I know you want it. I want it too, but I have this other stuff that I really like, and
Yeah.
it'll happen when it happens.
That is one thing I kind of worry about, where it's like I'm so passionate about my original stuff, and I'm like, when that comes out, is it just gonna like never? I don't know, like just not hold a candle to, or not that I think it'll fail, but I think just like, will it have a life of its own, or will I forever be in the shadow of my own making of, the parody stuff? Or I'm more optimistic than that. Like, I'm still going to
Yeah.
do it. Like, nothing's going to stop me. But it's just
Well,
something.
here's the thing. Like, you're always going to have fans who want your old stuff. And there's, I think, and from my own experience, is there's a much larger audience of people that are just like, keep making stuff. Like, you're good at forming these new ideas and running with them and making them unique. And they're your own characters too. Like, that was the thing. I relied so heavily on Star Fox characters and other IPs, and I'm like, well, I have my own ideas and characters too. And some of those ideas don't hit as hard as my Starship stuff did. Sweat Hearts now, I think, is outpacing Starship more than it ever did. Thank goodness, because they're my own characters. But but yeah, I mean, you're gonna have peaks and valleys with your original stuff, but you're always gonna have the support of those true fans. Yeah. I'm always gonna make fan art of Star Fox stuff or whatever I enjoy, but it's not gonna take center stage like it used to.
Yeah. Yes, Sub-Zero is crying. And we will find out why on Valentine's Day.
After this commercial break.
Because Kano stole his heart. I didn't ruin your idea, did I?
No, you didn't. But if you did, I would have been like, fuck. That is pretty good, though. No, it's far simpler. No, I can't. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to ruin it.
Don't do it. It's because his name is Sub, and he wants to be a Dom. And it's just not a part of the
Scorpion's
like
rendition of "Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to
Tiny
hurt
Tim.
me?" Tiny Tim?
Do you really want to
I'm
hurt
so happy.
Whoa.
Tiny Tim originally was going to voice Sub-Zero.
Tiny Tim is like, you're trying to sing, but she's still sucking, you know? It kind of gives that.
Okay.
I know. Are you working on what I think you're working on, Fred?
No, I'm going to showing some of these files off.
Digital files.
Digital file.
Wow, look, nothing. It's from my favorite line in the whole thing.
Any color but green, because green is not a creative color.
Green is not a creative color. You're as cold as ice.
Hey, who said this thing to Head Games?
So friggin' funny. That episode was made for me and you.
It's a fresh cut of gabagool. It's a bada bing.
So I get to make chat emotes once I become an affiliate,
Yeah. I have a bunch.
and then they'll all see.
Oh, Lord.
Damn, that's like 5 emotes.
Well,
That's a lot of nuts.
That's a lot of notes.
You want fries with that?
Thanks, Bash. I'm sticking with it. Helping Jack with this stream thing today. It's not so bad when it works. I like the sharing audience part of it.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, anyway. I do want to show off something on VR chat, which I think would be fun. And who will also be replacing this guy from time to time. Because if everybody remembers, I always had 2 different characters I could face rig. Ow, gross. All right.
I think that one left a stain.
Ew.
I'll hop on for a little bit.
Runts.
Fur a little bit.
Virtually speaking, of course.
You didn't use Nova. Whoa.
Uh-oh, an update.
What does that mean?
I didn't make it in time.
Damn it.
Did you ever play the game Don't Shit Your Pants?
Yeah.
Every day of my life.
No, seriously.
No, I haven't played it.
It's like those old DOS-based adventure games where you type in a command like break open pumpkin and take key. You have broken open the pumpkin and taken the key from the inside. Use key in door, turn knob of door. And,
Hell
or what?
yeah.
Like the old Leisure Suit Larry games
Yeah.
and King's Quest and whatnot.
Vadio, I kind of have already drawn a lot of furry headshots on my Patreon, and I guess I drew Fox and Falco and Banjo and Kazooie and Donkey Kong, and I don't know, like it's already there. We've already crossed the threshold, I think.
I don't see you drawing furry art. Drawing someone's character, yeah, sure, but like going like, here's my
Whole
cartoon
hog.
and it's all animal people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stuck in it.
I
I'm
mean,
cursed with it.
I have one Star Fox short that if I keep it as Star Fox characters, it will be like a pretty big, like furry thing. But if not, well, there'd still be a good amount of furry characters. I've told you about. I can't leave Slippy hanging. Like I've told you about that, and I've thought about it more, and I want it to take place at like a college party, like at a frat party, and like Fox just gets there, and then Slippy's across like the room, and he's like Fox, and he puts his hand out for a high five, and then Fox is like, hey, my man, and like puts his hand out and is like walking towards him, and then it's like every single person from Star Fox, like General Pepper, like comes up to him. He's got like a red Solo cup, and he's like, "We need your help, Star Fox." And it's just like he like points at like a keg stand, and he's like, "But I can't leave Slippy hanging." Brushes him aside. Falco shows up with 2 chicks, and he's like, "I'll get this one. You get the one behind me." And he's like, "I can't leave Slippy hanging." Like brushes him aside. Like just
Yeah, that would be great.
Bill. Yeah, just everyone, and then
The name of
like
the video has to be "I Can't Leave Slippy Hanging."
Exactly. Like then just all of Star Wolf, and they're like in the Letterman jock jackets. It's just like, can't let you do that. I can't leave Slippy hanging. Like just he loses shit. The music cuts out. Everyone turns. It's like a wide shot, and then he quietly like just walks up to Slippy and high fives him like just like silently, and then just like leaves the party. But like it keeps escalating. Like the way I have it in my head, I think it will work pretty well. But yeah, that's my most Star Fox thing, because there's like originally it was just them in like the cockpit of the R-Wing, but I'm like it's a lot funnier with the recontextualization that they're just like at a party or something. And I know that you would love like Star Wolf being like frat jocks, like just like crowding him, just like like can't let you do that, Star Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it.
It's you?
Testing out expressions again?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it's really cool.
A little bit, but,
A wee bit.
It gets very frustrating. And you get really discouraged sometimes. But, it's part of the job. You guys are going trick-or-treating. That's great. Hi.
Are you guys going trick-or-treating? So good.
No, we're not.
Ah, phooey.
That's like the new Friends with Dorothy thing. The new old-fashioned way to ask if someone's gay.
Hmm.
Now, before you come in here and tell me, sorry. No, I'm having fun. I'm having a lot of fun.
Apologize.
Still trying to figure out this stuff. You know how it goes, and it can get really goddamn frustrating. But I'm learning a lot in Unity. I'm gonna put it to some good use. But what was I can't remember the version. I think it's I'll get back to you on that. But yeah, this is what we've been working on for the past couple days. Rex has helped me out a whole lot. That's so right. Forgive me.
It's so awesome.
People want to know the secret to Wolf.
Thank you, Crow Bears.
Ability to pick up all these
Appreciate it.
beautiful women. Is it your good looks? Is it that big bulge?
Oh, that's good, Emperor.
Of course.
Could be that fancy car you drive. Bet I lease and change every other year, but y'all don't know that.
Is Wolf showing on your side? On your
Yeah.
He's a little
Yeah.
dark. Me.
But he's also tall and handsome.
Jack, don't pander.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was hoping you were gonna like back me up.
I apologize.
You get like 10 new furry patrons, and you're like, oh, I gotta milk these furry teats.
I speak
You can't milk these teats.
for the council. I can milk those teats. You can't milk those teats. Drive just came on. Red, and I'm like just looking at my Sub-Zero cry.
What just came on?
Drive by the Cars just came on, and I'm just looking at my Sub-Zero crying, and it's so fucking funny.
Who's gonna hold you down?
You can't.
I just realized his tears are icicles.
Yeah. What I was animating is when he throws his head back and just slams into his arms. It's gonna be like the shattering of ice. Just like, like just... Riley told me, I don't know if I want to go this far, but he said you should zoom in and do the X-ray of like his, like, like just like
that,
like in Mortal Kombat. I don't know how I'd even do that. Well, you said either that, or was it you, or was it still him? You said maybe his heart breaking, like, which would also be great.
You got to do one or the other for sure. It can't just end with just that last little punchline.
I'm trying to think, because it's like if he slams in, like, zoom. Yeah, that's how you do it. That's, man, that's how, yeah. It's like he slams in, we zoom into his skull, and like, I don't know if we see the tears. Or okay, no, we see the slam, X-ray, pans down to his heart, and then just like and then we zoom out, and he's still like just sobbing like. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that last. This is gonna be another short and sweet one. Who's gonna drive you home tonight? This is really cool, guys. This like worked out pretty well.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
I want to get this guy, this guy right here, in Warudo.
Into your house.
Well,
Into your mouth.
dinner in a movie would be a nice first gesture.
Well,
Well, what?
can't always get what you want.
That is true. This is so neat. He looks so good. Sorry, I haven't even looked at the chat. But does he do a face palm when I go AFK?
Oh, there's like a new AFK, or there's different kinds of AFK things. Yeah. It's like the anime glasses thing.
Oh. We're gonna do Fox next.
Yep.
But anyway. Oh wait, no, that's not who I wanted to change it to. Oh my god.
What have you done?
71,000 tries on that little guy.
Yeah,
Greg would be
probably
like
artist
that.
on the guitar. We should take it into Shader Fest and find out.
Shader Fest.
I think this is the menu I wanted. Just the hold to do the expression. And then when you let go, it goes back to normal. Yay.
I didn't want to scare you.
Yeah. I mean, there's always room for a little improvement, as much as friggin' Unity gets on my nerves. But, you know, we'll get there in plenty of time. I love it. It's great. Look who it is.
It's a faggot.
Whoa! Oh!
That's my gay husband. Sorry, everybody.
I was just doing a Falco bit.
Sorry, everybody.
Husbands can talk to each other like that.
Everyone, every single person in 2 streams. Every single person in 2 streams, Greg. 2 streams. Three if we're counting Rex.
I'm not lying.
Oh my God, that's I'm sorry,
dude. It's fine.
Jack gets
it's
2.
fine.
Jack,
I'm the
gets
guest
2
here.
emails from Twitch. The first one is the first one. The first email that Jack gets from Twitch is, "Congratulations, Rude Jack Art. You have been approved for affiliate."
And then it's just like, until that fateful moment.
Sorry.
Wait, dude, it's fine. Wait, is that actually gonna get it like flagged?
No.
Okay, good. But I don't care. Last stream, give me.
I can't control my emotions here.
No, that was hilarious, dude. I don't care.
It's a term of endearment.
Mm-hmm.
It's a term of endearment in this household.
But we're not
in
on
this
that
household, at least.
Are we? Even though you tried to kill me.
That's.
It's like that time when Greg was in a work meeting and you came upstairs, Fred, and you were just in your underwear and he was on a webcam.
Yeah, and you're like, I threw up.
What? I don't.
You don't remember that?
This?
I don't remember that.
Dude, I was
Oh. Really? You were. Greg told me all about it.
there. Damn.
I'm not even doing a bit.
Yeah. I might be. I just
think
like
you're
to
doing a
stir the
bit.
pot.
I think you're doing a bit.
He even mentioned that you were aware of it, and it's fine.
You're playing a game. You're playing a very, very dangerous game.
You're tickling the gorilla in the monkey cage.
No, I didn't say anything about that. Can I lay on the couch? Might have to make a different model for laying down. Well, this works, I guess.
Dogs.
With legs wide open.
Who we
We
got?
gotta figure out cloth physics for his coat. Play around with that a little bit.
I think it would be a disaster, honestly.
Maybe, but it's worth looking into.
I've seen other people's cloaks when they try to sit down somewhere. It's like a clothing simulation in Blender gone horribly wrong.
Uh,
So yeah, my apologies, folks. I was not aware that Fred was on a stream. I assumed he was just testing his model. Also, I have a condition where my brain doesn't connect to my mouth when I speak.
I have a condition where I call people too much. So if I want, I can lay down.
Lay down your arms.
People want to know the reason the ladies just can't get enough of me. Now, if we're being honest, I think it's a lot more men that can't get enough of me. Okay, that's enough. Go home. All right, well that's fun. I just wanted to show off the new VR thingy, and we're gonna try to have it in Warudo by tomorrow. My new digital fursuit, the closest thing to one I will ever own. Not that there's anything wrong with that, of course. No, I'm not being mean. I'm not being mean. I mean, you could make your own assumptions, but we're just having a good time. Okay, I gotta get. All right. Yeah, I'm having a good time.
I will admit, like, I appreciate fursuits. It's so much hard work and dedication.
Yeah, I ain't judging nobody.
I'm just like,
who have.
well, I just never really got into the whole fursuit cuddling thing. It just seemed like it would be too warm, too clustered, just not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was at a party back in California, and one of my really good friends was wearing his fursuit. And he was just like, cuddle me. Like, we were all watching a movie, and I was like, all right, I guess. It was awesome. It was, I highly recommend it. It was so lovely. But I think it also, not to make your stream too gay. I'll finish after this, but like, I think the quality of any cuddle in general, fursuit or otherwise, depends on the cuddleability of the person and how good they are at it. Because it is a skill. Cuddling is a skill.
You can be gay. We have to cancel out Greg's kofefe from a few minutes ago.
I can't even apologize enough. I'm so sorry.
Greg, can you imagine if I came downstairs and was like, "Hey, Lex, puppy, look, it's a and I look up and see the blue lights on your webcam.
And I should know better. Like, I, at this point in time, I really should. But like, I came downstairs. I just assumed that you were testing your model out. Like, why else are you sitting there making faces? Oh yeah, because he's.
It's like, someone's gonna clip the shit out of that though.
Please don't. For Jack's sake.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think
for my sake, clip it.
I think we split the blame because we're doing a group stream. This is a Twitch feature where we share.
I'll get all three as canned. That would be my luck.
Yeah.
3 for 1.
I'm not even live, so I'll get to keep my account.
Yeah, I've been dead for years. What? Nothing.
No, this has been a lot of fun. I've had a good time.
Yeah, I heard the insane clown posse dude had a fursuit as well.
Oh yeah, I saw it at FC.
Cool.
He was, of course, surrounded by fans, but
yeah.
Wait, what did you see?
it was cool. The dude from ICP who has a
Kung
fursuit.
Fu
His daughter
Joe.
is a furry. Yeah, yeah.
He was at MFF the one year that I was going to go and, for whatever reason, decided not to.
I get a kick out of some of these like stories of heavy metal dads who are just like the best parents.
Mm.
I've been noticing a trend of like boomer dads starting bands now, and almost all their band names involve like erectile dysfunction.
Like Viagra?
Yeah, like the Viagra Boys or whatever it was that Sid shared. My friend, her dad is in a band, and I think their band is it's spelled SEE Alice. That's the name.
See, Alice.
Yeah.
But I mean, the flip side is, I mean, it's funny. It's also kind of cool that it normalizes that stuff. Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
What are you working on, Rex?
I'm working on the 4th page of a Sweat Hearts thing.
Okay. Has there only been 4? Oh, okay. I was
It's
gonna
a
say, there's no
4-parter.
way you've only had, yeah.
No, there's a lot. I've done a lot so far. I'm going
Cool.
to publish them into a book once I finish at least 100 of them. And I might be a quarter of the way there.
That would be pretty cool, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Batman.
And that's one you could do through Kablam, if you so choose.
Yeah, because this is not,
Yeah, it's not.
you know,
It's relatively PG-13.
it is.
I'll bet you money there is a band out there called Limp Noodle. I'll bet you a lot of money.
I just have to assume every band name's been taken. Like, no matter how small.
Jack, how do you do your line work? Curiosity question.
How so?
Just what are you working in right now? For starters,
I work in Procreate on the
Okay.
iPad. It just is the easiest on-the-go thing for me. Not that I am really on the go much ever, like, but I've used Huons, I've used Galman, I've used Cintiq, like, not the pen interfaces, but there's something about the way that they're angled, the way that I put my wrist on them, whatever, the size of the pens just cramps the shit out of my arm. And I hate it. I truly hate it. Whereas with the iPad, I don't know, there's just something about it that makes it easy, but also I don't know if my camera will get it, I have this device that's like a tray.
Oh, that's
I don't know
cool.
if you could see it, and it
Yeah.
pops the iPad in the sheath. But what I love about it is that it keeps my hand flat with it, so it's not like
Oh my
it's
god.
elevated.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. I think you need that,
You
Rex.
know, because like it just it hurts. You know, it hurts to like get over that little lip of the iPad for hours. It's called the Sketchboard Pro. You could choose what size you want. I actually had a different iPad, and they sell resizing kits for the like kind of groove sheath for it. It's great. I love it, and it has legs on 4 sides. So if you want an elevation, you can still have that. And it's just great. It fits in a, big enough backpack or like a canvas bag or something like that.
Do
But
you use
yeah,
a 12.9-inch iPad?
I think I used the 11.
Or is that what
This
it is,
is
11.9?
This is the M2 Pro, like the one that came out last year.
Oh, okay, then you're
Like I
a
upgraded
few models
to that
above
one.
me. I see.
Yeah. Yo, Zooty, how did you do that? Is that from like Vinny's chat? Because I know Vinny took
Yeah,
some
it
of
is.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's sick.
Yeah, get Vinny in here. I'm probably gonna find a way to steal all those. I mean, steal, but you know what I mean.
His channel has the Luigi nod. That's great.
His whole channel has
That is
emotes from like
awesome.
all of them. All of them.
No
like
shit.
I've seen clips, yeah, like of them both laughing, the one of them
I'd be
hugging, I
honored.
think. Yeah, no, it's insane. It really
Hell yeah,
is.
dude.
Yeah, I emailed him. I'd love to like just talk to him, just to thank him, shoot the shit. It seems like he and I are just of a very similar breed of like music
I could
tastes.
send him an email for you, but honestly, you'd be just as fine sending one yourself because he always
I already
answers
did,
them.
so I mean, I'll just wait and see.
He'll get to it. Usually
yeah.
takes a couple months to get to mine,
Yeah.
but
I know you know him. I know my buddy Nobi has talked to him, and I know my buddy Eagle knows him. Eagle actually did some music videos for him. But yeah. But anyway, happy to answer more questions, Greg. But yeah, mainly. Oh, and on my iPad, I have the Sketch. What is it? The thing that makes it feel more like a paper-like. Yeah, literally called paper-like thing, which helps because that digital smooth feel, it's not the same.
the texture sheet.
Yes.
See, I did that for a while, but it ate up the nubs on my Apple Pencil.
They do that on purpose.
I've been surprised. My Cintiq
looks
hasn't
okay.
chewed mine down too much.
Yeah.
I would have expected it to, but I've also got a Cintiq, so the glass is probably as rough as a Wacom tablet. Or,
Yeah.
but yeah, the thing that I was really sort of interested, that really catches my eye, was just watching you do your line work.
Oh, thank you.
Just the line consistency, because I mean that's something that's distinctly your style.
I mean, I've worked with other brushes. This is the one that I've just been most married to for the last like year. I don't know. Like it's like I'm that kind of guy where it's like, if I, not out of fear of trying something new, but it's just like, when we go to a restaurant, like it's like, oh, I like that one thing I got 5 years ago. I'll do that again. It's just that like, I found this one brush. It's called it's a free brush pack. I was just looking for like ink-like brushes that give it that kind of comic book thickness where it's like in this brush pen, like you can do a lot of stuff like here I'm sure the stream will catch up.
Now, do you alter your brush width manually, or do you just do it through pressure?
I do it manually sometimes, but I was just like using the brush and doing like kind of very Jack Kirby-esque stuff with this brush, and like it's really good at emulating that. I don't know if you can see it on screen.
Yep.
This is an idea for like a show my buddy and I have. Well, this one, like I was just looking at like the Fantastic Four while drawing this, so I was just like, yeah. But I wanted to see if I could emulate it, and I did the same thing when I did a Team Fortress animation It's on my channel, where I was going for much more of Alex Toth. Do you know Alex Toth?
No.
Alex Toth is responsible for Space Ghost, Clutch Cargo,
Yep. Okay.
Johnny Quest. Like, he's the man. He's the comic artist guy who just, like, found a way to animate, like, just those really, really simple. Thank you again, Crow. Yeah, like, just comic book art with, like, either the Synchrovox human lips, or I don't know if he was working with the team that adapted, like the Mary Marvel company, like before the Spider-Man 60s Spider-Man animated series. Like, I'm sure you remember, like, the Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk one, where it's like they just took panels, and just animated it. Like, so basically, I just found this brush, got really used to it. I rarely do underdrawings, and I, like, hardly ever do boards anymore, just because, to save time, like, I'm not working with other people, I'm just jumping in. If I do, like, a comic, which I haven't done in a very long time, then I would just thumbnail out the whole page. But just for animations, I know exactly what I'm trying to get. So I just jump in. But I think the reason why I'm more confident in my line art, on top of just years of practice, is that I learned to draw with gel pens first. I actually really don't like pencil. I just, like, there's a master art to it, but I'm a line guy, not a value guy. And I know it's like a loaded statement, but, like, people who can paint, it's amazing. Like, who can think in terms of, like, lathering stuff on and layering it. Me, I'm about, like, cutting into the page, just, like, line first. Like, and so when you learn to draw with line, or gel pen, as I started, there's no erasers. So you have to live with all your mistakes. So that kind of forced me to develop my style in terms of, like, oh, like, I guess that's a wrinkle. Oh, I guess that's a Band-Aid. Oh, I guess they have a cigar in their mouth, like, now, like, or, like, oh, they're wearing shoulder pads. Like for me, drawing someone in a lot of gear and, like, rippling muscles, or like an astronaut, or, like, stuff like that to me is, I don't say easy out of arrogance, but I just say in terms of preference, that is what I like. Ask me to draw, like, a perfect, beautiful, like, naked body or something, I'm gonna be like, fuck you. Like, I hate that. Like, I just don't want to do it. Like, it's so, like, I can do it if I'm allowed to show the imperfections, like, parts of saggingness and wrinkles and whatever. But if you're asking for, like, a Mobius level, porcelain doll kind of thing, it's like, no, I'm not gonna even try it. Like, I'm still enamored by it. But his stuff, but it's just, like, I stopped aspiring to do that. And when I discovered Daniel Warren Johnson, who helmed the new Transformers IDW run, and all his other stuff, I think we talked about it, he just cracked open my mind even more to just being, like, bold, loose, expressive lines. Don't try to unify it so much, because as an animator, I was also living in that world of like, American animated television is, like, everything is unified flash, like, line art, and, like, everything's on model, and I hate it. And it's just, like, there's no expression, and, like, you go back and you watch, like, even season 1 of, like, SpongeBob, just how dynamic the angles are, and the line weight, and it's
Simpsons.
so nice. Yes, in The Simpsons. So, like, I'm not against unity of style if it's done well and it's expressive. Like, that's awesome. I admire the hell out of that, but, like, again, like, anyone could just tell looking at my stuff what I'm inspired by. And, like, to me, it's like in lieu of doing comics, I'm just going to animate this stuff. Which means getting away with, like, as little frames as possible, and then sometimes giving it some flair. But yeah, when I embraced thicker lines, I also have a habit of, like a dagger digging into the paper. Like, I have such a heavy hand, but I've learned to loosen up for my wrist health. But also by using a brush where the pen weight is huge, like, or just, like, bolder, bigger, I don't have to press as hard. So I hope that gave an accurate, long-winded answer as to how I got here.
No, that's great.
But yeah, no, Always happy to talk.
And
shop.
even just looking at this Sub-Zero, like I can certainly see that we're coming from a background where you're working with pen. Like it really does. It looks like something that was done with a Micron pen or something.
Mm.
Well,
yeah,
I guess
I only used it for a little amount of time, but like I forget the company, but like the brush pens, like the Japanese like ink brush pen, like
I've got a couple of them.
Yeah, like that's pretty much what I'm going for, but with the added ability to erase and just not have to scan everything to put into the animations. Like that stuff is sick. But yeah, again, Daniel Warren Johnson, he's like my living idol in terms of like when I saw his stuff. Like not that I 100% am going for it, like I have my own spin, but it's just like it unlocked my brain even more to just be like, that is what I could achieve, like with my sensibilities. I guess first, just last point, I would think Ashley Wood, if you've seen his stuff, his comic art, and he also does like he has a toy line where he takes his designs and makes them toys, and they're like unbelievably, insanely detailed. They're gorgeous like figures, and they're just insane. He kind of blew my mind open because he's one of those rare beasts who is an unbelievable oil painter.
Yep.
And ink artist. And it pisses me off, but also I just love it so much. But he blew my mind open because when I read some of his comics, he would have pages of like really simple scratchy doodles with like one half-tone layer of color. So just ink and one shade of color. And then you'd turn the page and there'd be this insane oil painting to punctuate a moment. And I was like, you know, my brain coming from old comic books was like, you can't just radically shift the style like that. But then I was like, but it's the same artist and it's still his style. And I can tell he's the one who drew it. But he's just using it economically to like punctuate and change the mood of certain things. So yeah, I highly recommend, like Ashley Wood, he did like a Metal Gear Solid comic run. I have like the anthology book somewhere. It's gorgeous. His stuff is gorgeous, but like, yeah, he's the man. Yeah.
Pardon me.
No, you're good. But yeah, sorry, I've been neglecting the chat.
There is an artist who does manga.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember his name. Takahiko Inui. He did Vagabond. I know Rex has heard me go on this comic for hours and hours.
Vagabond is gorgeous.
But it kind of reminds
I have
me,
yet to read it.
Your stuff reminds me of a lot of his later work, where when you'd certainly tell that he was trying to get things done a little quicker. But he's.
I know you mean that as a compliment.
I mean,
I know. That's really funny.
You start seeing like it's more variety in his line widths and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But he was also one who would have like, you know, ink panel, beautiful watercolor spread, like photorealistic. And it was always really kind of neat to see.
Yeah.
But it's fun just watching you draw, and at the corner of my eye, I'm watching Rex redraw the same line 3 times because he wants that perfect thickness. Like,
what are you trying to
say?
Yeah,
it's just very different. Like,
interesting.
Yeah. Your line widths are always like immaculate. Like everything always looks so precise. And Fred's got very much that old school animator kind of line work going for him. It's just such a weird juxtaposition.
I mean, I think all our styles, are just really cool. That they're so different. Yeah, I think mine. I do actually resonate with the kind of not laziness, but just like fun and looseness and efficiency. That's the thing. My stuff was so like just rigid, like because I was trying to copy like Jamie Hewlett originally when that was like middle school, like Gorillaz, Tank Girl, like his style just is so appealing to me.
Yep,
as it is to millions. But like his stuff was just so like sharp isn't the right word, but like just so perfectly like it almost looked like digitally like assisted in terms of like just how clean his shapes were, and you know, and so yeah, between him and Mobius, I was like, those are the masters. And then like Mike Mignola got thrown in there at some point.
Oh yeah.
Although his like goes in a different direction to like one extreme. Gorgeous. But yeah, no, I think Daniel Warren Johnson and Ashley Wood helped me be like you don't have to suffer, like in terms of you don't have to have it be on model, like finished not perfect, just loosen up, just fucking loosen up. Because yeah, like Mike Mignola, it's like he's drawing statues in motion.
His stuff always
yeah.
blows my mind just for his balance of like the lights and darks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has it mastered. His stuff's always gorgeous, just in black and white.
Absolutely. But yeah, I have on here, like I just switched to like a gel pen. Actually, I don't even have to draw it to embrace even more laziness. Did I overshoot it? So somewhere on here, like, oh god, it might crash. Okay. But this stuff, if you can see it on the screen, like that's all using a single width. Not the pink butt person, but this like arm and detailed face and this like very 80s chic magnet Samus. Like I don't know if you can see this.
Yep.
You should be able to see it. Yeah, this is all like a gel pen. This is like how I used to draw. Like
That's
this fine tuned. Thank you.
God damn.
I do love it. It is really cool. I really like it, but
Hell
it just
yeah.
is so taxing. I could do it again. It's been a long time, but and then you see this, I switched to the more thicker brush and it's just more loose. It's the same hand behind it, but whereas this was built on like so many pixels. You know, these two, the astronaut with the smiley face and the thick Ghost Rider, whatever. That's more loose. Yeah, these are like my digital sketch pages that I did. Oh god. I can't show that on stream. Yeah, I did Beta Ray Bill, but I gave him a thing between his legs. Here, I was trying to emulate some Mignola. You could see it in like the shadows and the lizard people kind of thing. Oh yeah, over here I was doing Team Fortress 2 in Mignola studies. Which I thought I got pretty close, but it's still too loose. But yeah, I mean, I think it proves the point. I think that's Harry Dean Stanton. So I just haven't looked through these in a long time.
Those are really good.
Yeah, those are amazing, dude.
Thank you. Yeah, I want
to do a graphic novel.
I was just gonna say,
I want to do a graphic novel.
Release an art
I want to do
book.
an art book. I do want to do an art book. This page is like 90% looseness, and then this is the only one with like the still line kind of thing. But then the rest is like super, you know. This was like a page where I kind of found more of my style. I really like this Godzilla I drew. But yeah, once I discovered like you can just loosen the hell up, that's been the way.
That's the nice thing too with like kind of sketchy loose line art is like the perfection, the imperfections sort of like
lift.
They
melt away.
They do, and yeah, like your brain fills in all the gaps and kind of like interprets it in its own way.
Yeah, exactly. And this all came from learning to draw with pen. I mean, yeah, you saw like the guys on the previous page I drew where it was like, you know, like the band-aids and cyberpunk tech, and it was like, yeah, that's all because I was just trying to draw like my friend on the couch, and I was like, nope, like, sorry, you're a robot now. Like, it's just like stuff like that, you know. But yeah. And that's what I mean when I was talking to you guys, where it's like, you know, I love doing the animated shorts and stuff, but you could even see it in Smash Bronx when I put a lot more into like those still images at the end, where I'm like, there's just one drawing and they convey everything they need, and that like just kind of like, it's like, yeah, that's like the buried illustrator I've like stuck in the vault, like finally coming out. It's like the Hulk, like for me, like just being like, just draw, just single drawings, that's it, no animation. Like, I still love animation, but like my road is, I think, backwards. It's animation to get to being able to just do comics, whereas most people do comics into animation. I'm like, I can do the most, reach the most people, still have a lot of animated stuff I want to do through animation, and then when I'm winding down, and probably after years, you know, just thinking about my own health, like when I can't draw as much, or you know, like I just don't have as much energy, not to get morbid, but just facts of life, like to then be like, all right, here's a page a week of just, you know, like a 5-panel thing, or even simpler than that. Who knows? I don't know. You know, but
well, you're kind of figuring out
anyway.
your secret recipe for that, because you're not spending, there's no like right or wrong way about it. It's just that the things that you want to get done, like especially as an animator, like you can like really space it out with just a few frames the way that you do, or you can go all in, like frame by frame. You know, you're gonna get very different, still very effective results, but like you got to make that time work for you in the long term.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I mean, that's just, yeah, I'm very blessed to be in the position I'm in. And I don't know, it's weird because I was just that kid who just like drew all the freaking time.
Same.
Yeah.
And it was my escape. Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember I drew
frequently,
like on the desk, like in science class, but I drew, I don't know what, like it was probably just some dumb stim thing I had to do, but I used the eraser, like you know when like a number 2 pencil has like the eraser's gone and it's just like the hollow metal bit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like at the end, for some reason I was like, I'm gonna like carve into this desk, and I drew like the alien queen from Aliens.
I would put,
and it was metal as hell. And then my teacher was like, Jack, what are you doing? And she was actually like, that's really cool, but you have detention. And I was like, fuck. So yeah.
I used to,
but yeah.
the number 2 pencils where the eraser would fall out, I would do that.
Yeah.
I would put the empty metal part of it between my teeth and bite down and flatten it, and I would use that edge to carve stuff. That's so weird that you bring that up.
Yeah. We're not so different, you and I. Spider-Man. But yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking at the chat now. I've thought about getting an iPad to load Procreate on. Maybe that'd help. Sorry, I've been neglecting the previous conversation, but look, you got to find what works for you. This really works for me, and it took years to figure it out. But I would happily recommend an iPad as a kind of all-in-one for my method. But really, the truth is, you gotta fucking love this stuff. Like, you gotta just wake up every day and want, like, some part of you, you don't have to do it every day, but just some part of you wants to. Like, you know, like, even when I'm dreading it as work, even when I'm in the thick of it, when, like, I know you're gonna hate hearing this, but even when, like, Super Smash Bronx was becoming a chore, and it was just, like, crunch time, and I just wanted to get it done, and I found no more humor in the jokes, like, I still wanted to work on it. Like, I still want it. Like, there was a satisfaction that comes from it. So, you know, If you're not a very patient person, make things that like set the bar from the beginning that it's like really simple stuff. Like I tell my friends all the time who like aren't motivated as much, and they see the mountain and they don't see the journey up it, like where it's just like just do something in like 2 sketches and with your phone just like narrate over it, or like, you know, just be consistent and you'll just grow over time, and you'll prove that you can already do it. You'll prove that you have funny ideas or whatever ideas you want. Like no one's going to take a chance on you if you don't have anything. Like, you know, in terms of whatever your goal is, to get a job, get followers, whatever, like, you know, you just gotta keep consistency of it. Like I've seen artists who like in the field, and I'm not punching down, but it's like there's always a twinge like in the back of my head when I see certain art where I'm like, I could do that. There's this like shitty elitist thing that happens in your brain where you're like, I could fucking do that.
It's the competition syndrome or whatever it's called. Like any 3D artist that sees another 3D artist stuff, they immediately internally start to vet them.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you're snooty. If you say it out loud and go like, oh, I could do this, blah, 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 blah.
No.
You like,
no. Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. But,
there's a big difference.
Just around... Absolutely. Yeah, no, you get it. And it's just like having that feeling is natural, but then you wonder like, well, how is this person still getting employed, or like to the level of what they are at, or how do they have so many followers? And the truth is that they're consistent and they're probably professional, and you know, they're just not a dick. Like it's not, I'm not gonna say it's not that hard, but it's the bare minimum shouldn't be that hard. It's just like, you know, like even storyboard artists like who I've like, you know, and I was young and eager, still am in ways, but it's just like I would try to be like, I'm gonna basically make my boards like a, like, you know, comic book in motion kind of thing. Like it's gonna be amazing. And then someone else would show up with like just like the most rudimentary, like simple, like I don't know if you guys have ever seen like the storyboards for like the original trilogy of Star Wars. Like not the Ralph McQuarrie like art, but just the storyboards. I have a book of them. They're not that impressive at all. But that's what's so awesome about them, is that they're so efficient and clear and simple. And that person who did that, who you look at and you're like, I could do that. Like they think that's good. Wait till they see me. Oof, mano. Like they are a professional and they show up and they do the work and they're consistent and they're not necessarily lazy. They're just, they've minimaxed it. And yeah, no matter what you do,
they're able to
I believe
what's needed.
Yeah, like a human being in any situation is going to figure out how to make it more efficient. That's how we have technology and innovation and all that stuff. Like no matter what it is, whether it's your animating setup, your home office, your method for drawing, like, you know, it's just like what happens. Like you draw. Oh man, my elbow hurts. I gotta solve this. You solve it. Then there's a new little problem. Oh man, I gotta solve that. You get the thing for the iPad. I'm just saying, yeah, your human ability to grow and adapt should innately be there. And
that's something I wanted to mention too, is like, it's the creative process isn't necessarily being creative, it's also like the problem solving aspect of it too.
Oh yeah,
because you're going to run into so many issues, whether if you're using real media or anything digital. When you hit like a wall, you're like, some people just throw up their hands like, I can't do this is too hard. It's like, I need to figure this out. I need to see the other side of this. And the biggest part for me too is like keeping people around me who are as motivated as I am, if not more motivated.
Absolutely.
It's the company you keep. Yeah.
We are social creatures, and it's probably the most important thing. Like no matter what you do, like even if you're in a depressive episode, like you gotta surround yourself with people who love and can help you thrive. Like I was thinking about David Lynch today, like in his quotes and just one of his clips where he's like, I'm botching and paraphrasing, but I just remember him being like, like whoever said you need to suffer for your art was an idiot. Like it's just like you don't suffer. Great art happens when people thrive and spread love, and it's just like, yeah, you got it, man. Yeah, just make people feel relaxed, and I get it. We go through life. We take our whole life with us wherever we go, and if you were raised in a turbulent area or something, and just I get that it's so hard to unlearn what you've learned and go through withdrawal of brain chemistry, but yeah, like you just gotta surround yourself with people who are actually trying to
That's an
objectively
important
grow.
thing. You got to surround yourself with other productive people.
Yeah.
If you hang out with people who do nothing but fart into a seat cushion and play deathmatch all day on a computer, like you're going to do that too because they're your friends.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if they're better than you at what you're doing or worse than you at what you're doing. Like you said a minute ago, like consistency and showing up is 90% of it. You hang out with people who are always working on stuff like that. You're even if it's just friendly competition or whatever, you'll get into it.
Yeah. Being a professional, not this, like, and I mean it in the least corporate way ever, really. I just mean like being a professional is like it's not about confidence or whatever. It's just like some days you're gonna be shit, but the important thing is that you still tried and showed up. That's it. Like you just show up. You just keep at it.
I've seen a lot of people who just don't try because they always think they're not good enough.
Yeah, and that breaks my heart.
That drives me bonkers because it's like you don't. And if you sit like once I get better at XYZ, we're like, well, that's just never going to happen because most of us are too freaking critical of ourselves that we're never going to feel like we're good enough at whatever we're doing. So just pen to paper and do it.
Yeah.
Have a project, set a schedule. Off you go.
Yeah, and I'm not above admitting like there is a confidence and dopamine that comes with what I do and being rewarded for.
Oh, sure.
What I do, like to the point where this has become, I mean, it is my full-time job. Oh, what did I do? Sorry. Crap, interrupted my train of thought. Yeah, there is a transaction. Yeah, there is a transaction that has given me a confidence where it's like, yeah, I sometimes like, yeah, even if what I'm working on becomes like just work and it's not the thing like that is tantalizing and new and fun that I want to like pursue, it's still like, I got to believe in this idea because it made me laugh and it made my friends laugh. And I know at this point, because of however many videos I've made on my channel, that I can now just look at math, even when I'm doubting myself, but just look at the math and trust that my gut and intuition is correct. Like even if it doesn't do the numbers or whatever that I perceived or projected, it's still something worth doing. And yeah, I don't know, like there's a confidence that comes with that, but you're never going to get there if you don't just start, and just start small. Like just start simple. Just that's it. Honestly, my biggest high I get from working is when I make stuff that I know I can turn around in as short a time as possible. Like this Mortal Kombat one is like probably going to be a 15-second short, if that. And
take all the
I'll probably finish all the assets easily before the end of the month if I do this tomorrow. And then I could just spend one day assembling it and boom, it's done. And it's like, hell yeah, I got a head start. Awesome. Like I've trained my brain to, create its own dopamine cycle just around this. Whereas before, there may have been doubt or art was just purely an escape. But yeah, anyway, I think I need new blood in this conversation. My buddy I'll just say one more thing. I love him, Dan Pasto, insane stop motion animator. Please go check him out. Just Dan OK is his username. If you've seen it, it's like he animates like a full blown skeleton in stop motion. He perfectly summarized the truth about us and our OCD and how he and I over-explain stuff sometimes. Where it's like we have this innate gift where we're actually quite good at explaining things perfectly the first time. But then there's this little voice in our head that goes, try 11 more times. Because it's like we could do it better. And that's it might be an undiagnosed, like OCD, ADD, whatever thing, but it's just a really endearing thing that he hit the nail on the head. It's like, because it's like, it's just no, I could do a better job explaining this. Let me go again. Let me keep your ear on the line.
I used to have a huge problem with that when I was in my early 20s.
Yeah.
And I had a manager who like snapped me out of it.
Wow.
Like I was just in the middle of it. He was really cool about it. His name was Jaira, really cool dude.
Cool name.
But I was over explaining something for a little too long, and he just like he was like, Rex, trim the fat. And I was like, oh shit. And so like now when I catch myself doing that shit, I'm like, trim the fat, Rex.
Yeah.
Like, get to it.
Yeah, it's a workable skill like anything.
Call the time you need, because we're sticking around till your name is on. Take all the time you need, because we're sticking around till your name is on that paper. That paper.
Welcome if you're new. Thank you guys so much. I mean, I see a lot of passion in the chat. I was going on a tirade, so I haven't been catching up. But really happy you guys are here. I've done drawing request streams. I could probably do one once in a while. It's just that I live in fear because there's been times in the last like 5 years that my arm has been very susceptible to being overworked and cramping. So like I did some commission live stream drawings when I was doing YouTube live streams. They're on my channel. You can watch them, but I either need to give myself a big enough raise that I feel like would maybe ostracize other people who aren't able to afford it, because I'd want to do it for money. I could do it for free just once in long whiles as like a fuck it, let's have fun. But then I'm just kind of like, it's taking away my drawing bandwidth for other stuff. So, it's like it's depleting. When I was in my early 20s, I could draw for like I can still draw for like 8 hours a day, but it's like not as hard as I was able to go without like any repercussions. So it's just like, I don't know. I'm more adverse to it. Same with commissions. It's like I'd have to like triple the price for me to like want to do it.
What I have to do.
And I'm touched and flattered that there are those who would be willing to help and shell out. But for me, it's like, why do that when I could get to a point passively through Patreon and my print shop and YouTube and Twitch and, just all these other things to get closer to like making the larger projects, so it's one of those things where it's like in my own Catholic guilt brain is like, oh God, it's so self-centered. But no, I'm just like, no, I am where I am, and it just, so again, I'm doing the thing again. If I could trim the fat, but it just, I'm I'm not completely opposed to it, but they're probably going to become less and less frequent, just because I got a lot of work to do, of things I just want to do, and
I think,
yeah.
Just that a part of that is like a symptom of like, after you do something that you're really passionate about and enthusiastic about, like art, once you do that long enough, you eventually develop like a form of like self-respect about it for yourself, and it's not necessarily an ego. I guess it kind of sort of is, but it's like a healthy one where like
it's limits. It's just
you know
like,
your
this is
limits.
the job. Now I'm home with the family, or I'm like like I sporadically play some Marvel Rivals here and there, but like I just don't play games like I used to, or just whatever. And I love what I do, but yeah, like to me, like a vacation now is like if I went like more than a day or two without working on something. Really, like I know that sounds like
mine is 10
silly.
days. If I'm gone for it's not even 2 weeks, I start getting the itch. Like I gotta get back home.
Yeah, I get because I genuinely love this stuff, and I just love the idea of making the thing, like having it exist. So like this joke that is just between my friends and I, or my own head, now exists, and like in that there's nothing more touching than knowing it resonate, like knowing that someone thought my freaking like any of the bits, like just Dire Straits, like look at them yo-yos, like that's it. Like Pastor and I came up with that one day. We were just riffing, and like we were just like on the floor crying, and I was like, dude, like it's just, I'm so happy that humor, that I've come up in a time where I was an edgelord little shit like as a kid and whatever, but I'm so happy that humor now is like what I would call like omission humor, where it's like it's not hurting anyone, and it's just like a kind of subsection of YouTube poop where it's like you just like, the joke is just like you're cutting someone off, like, or something, or like they just end it like that Smash Mouth meme where it's like it's like, could, like, someone once asked, could I spare some change for gas? I need to get up, and there's an edit where he just goes, I said no, and then it just goes on for the whole song instrumentally, and like I'm like, that's so funny. It's like it's not crass, it's not like, oh, what if like Mario, like, or Luigi cucked Mario and Mario hated his brother. I'm like, dude, what is this? Like, can we grow? It's like, I don't know. I'm just going on a tirade, but it's like the kind of Marvel zombies of humor, which I know is like a weird, where am I pulling that out of? But I don't know, Greg, if you could chime in here, but I personally think Marvel Zombies is fucking awful, and I hate that it exists. I think it's ugly.
Oh,
I
good.
think it's, like, I
hate it too. I'm glad.
Thank God, dude. Like, I was appalled. Like, I'm not even gonna bring up the scenes because, like, when I think about it, I'm just like, no. But that whole era of that, like, grimdark, like, ultimate,
Edgelord
like,
crap,
stuff.
yeah,
like the one where it's like they like kills, like Scott gets killed, like presidentially, like assassinated or something, like from X-Men or like whatever. Like the Wasp gets like eaten by like the Blob or whatever. I'm like, I hate this shit. Anything where like Spider-Man dies violently, I'm like, no, I hate this. Like, anyway, I'm drawing this stretch of a parallel, but I'm glad it resonated to just when humor was just mean and dark for no reason. Look, I love South Park. I love like a lot of stuff that, like I've laughed at like Drawn Together, and like there's fucked up stuff in that, but it's just, it's like, it's a case to case basis.
It's
yeah.
Because
thank you.
Archie Comics.
Archie Comics
did a zombie series.
Mm-hmm.
That was well written, well regarded.
Like,
but
it's
also
funny. Yeah,
it wasn't mean spirited, which is what I found Marvel Zombies was.
Yeah, it's just awful. Like, just why?
Kind of one of my only issues with the new Transformers series.
That is interesting to me because I didn't find it that dark. to me.
I just found there are a few things like the first couple issues where like, oh, they just killed characters that are fan favorites. I'm like, that was a choice.
It definitely is, and I know that that's a push. Like Daniel was talking about, like, yeah, like he had some ideas and IDW had some ideas because they wanted to push some other characters like Cliffjumper more than Bumblebee, or like just to change out the running. But I will attest that there's a genius amount of heart in how he handles the human characters, and there's a major allegory on the first page even for Optimus Prime being like a stand-in for Spike's brother in the comic, but also for Peter Cullen's brother, who was like the Marine who he based Optimus Prime off of. Like, there's a lot of like heart within it. Like, and in the whole span, like, I've seen darker Transformers comics than that. Like, I don't.
Oh yeah,
like, yeah, like it is. There is darkness in it, but to me, tonally, it's still very like. You know, there's scenes that feel just like they're very like the Iron Giant kind of stuff like that. Like, but yeah, like
it's been consistently one of the top sellers that we've had.
I am
It's
telling
doing
you,
very,
like,
very well.
if you want to give it a little bit more of a chance, like, I haven't caught up to the most recent issue, but I've read like the first like 12, and I'm very invested. Like, especially in those first 5. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. We'll see, but I have a lot of faith in Daniel.
Yeah, and like I said,
It's not Marvel
Zombies.
Zombies. It is not Marvel. It is, dear God, no. Like, jeez.
It's funny you mentioned Peter Cullen and the military brother that his brother. They based the character on.
It was his brother.
And there were things that he insisted he would never do, and then the movies kind of put that on its head.
Well, when they offer you that much of a paycheck and every fan is like, you're the voice of Optimus Prime, you have to come on, it has to be like, no, the Bay movies are fucking awful. To me.
Not a big fan.
I liked Bumblebee. I thought Bumblebee was good.
Bumblebee was great because it was the Iron Giant, not dismissing it, but I'm just saying, like, that's there's a step in the right direction.
It had that ET feel to it.
Yeah, exactly. No, I very much enjoyed Bumblebee. I was happy. I miss his. I think he's cuter when he just looks like this dorky little guy, like the Gen 1 design. Like, it's cool, the Insectoid kind of redesign, but
Yeah,
that's just me.
Yeah.
It's just, he's so much cuter. I love like the Fall of Cybertron look in those games was sick. I thought those struck a really, really cool medium. Yeah, and it's like funny because it's like I wasn't even like the hugest Transformers fan as a kid, just because I kind of missed the window. But there is like an allure, and it is super sick. And I think why I love Daniel Warren Johnson's like Transformers so much is because he, in all of his work, his original work, and when he gets to do fan stuff, like his Beta Ray Bill is sensational. Like, it's a 5-issue miniseries. His Wonder Woman's sick. And his original stuff is just amazing. But his stuff is so amazing at like doing like the thing of like, okay, what's the pitch of the plot? But then it's like, okay, but what's the comic really about emotionally? And he nails it every time that I've seen from him. So for him to take Transformers and use it as a really cool allegory to explore stuff like that, like, or any medium or any IP, I should say, and trying to find like, what can I use these characters for to say something and not just have them fight, because it's like animation for spectacle is like rad, or like anything for spectacle is rad, but if I don't care about why they're fighting, then I don't give a shit. Like, that's probably why I fell out of love for like Dragon Ball Z, and it's like I know a lot of people are like, or the Dragon Ball as a whole, where it's like they might just be like, no, you just got older, like you're just nostalgic. I'm like, no, like it's not the most perfect written series, but from like Dragon Ball to like the end of the Cell Saga, like to me, I'm just like,
all the time you need, 'cause
they
we're
were
sticking
actually
around
doing
till you're
something.
Nick.
Like it was actually pretty awesome. And then the Boo Saga kind of
Take
was
all
just,
the time you need, 'cause
it kind
we're
of
sticking
undid a
around
lot
till
of
your
the
name is-
thematic stuff and just
Yeah,
made
'cause
Goku
it
and
had
Vegeta the main
there
character.
was a bow on the story. Like it
Yeah.
felt like it came to its natural
It pulled
conclusion,
off this
father to
amazing
son
hat
kind
trick.
of stuff. Yeah,
Exactly. You were actually watching Gohan's
Invested,
story,
yep.
not Goku's.
It's like, oh, sorry, son, the fans want me back. So
Yeah.
all this development doesn't matter for anything.
Yeah, and it's like they Simpsoned it, where it's like, oh, Goku's just an idiot now,
Yeah.
who will put the world in jeopardy for fighting. Which it's like there's a little bit of evidence in that in like Z, but like not to the extent of Super. Like no other characters are allowed to like grow. Yeah, it's
Except Vegeta.
well, yeah, it's the Vegeta,
Vegeta
and
has
Goku
more character
show.
growth than any other any
Oh,
other
yeah, Vegeta
proper
takes the cake.
protagonists.
Yeah.
I find it interesting that Transformers has sort of become North America's Gundam.
Yeah, I mean,
Like there's been a
when you make 'em
reinvention
a
of it
big
for each
truck.
every 3 years. There's a new version of it for the latest generation of kids.
Yeah.
Paper.
So I have met my 8-hour quota.
Good.
So now I just stream for 1 minute for the next 6 days. But that
I
actually
don't think you
worked.
have to apply for it. I think they just email you and go, hey.
But
not
I still
sure,
need
though.
to do the variety of days.
Mm.
Yeah.
Just stream
Then
the
you have
next
to
couple
do like
days,
a-
like an hour or two a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to like fill out like a tax thing first before they start paying you too. But
Boilerplate.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with Patreon.
yeah.
This is a teachable moment.
So someone asked any tips for someone wanting to get better at drawing from ground zero. I don't know if you answered that. 'Cause
Yeah,
know
I
for
kind of just
me-
told my life story.
Okay.
It was, yeah.
It'll be in the VOD.
Yep. That's something I still like kick myself for stopping when I did. So I was big into art right up until I got to university, and then I just, for whatever reason, stopped drawing.
Does anyone have any input
on getting started?
Yeah.
I mean,
I've talked too much.
I got back into it. I just, like I said, I just had to try to draw every day, and then that was going pretty good. So I'm like, well, I need some reason to draw every day. So I started doing a comic, set a deadline for my comic schedule.
Excellent.
Yeah, worked pretty good. And then hung out with people like you.
Yeah.
Because you're not wrong. Because it got me like, I'd start to like, oh, I want to do some fan art of Fred stuff. So I would like draw some art of his stuff, or hey, like, I'm kind of inspired by this piece to do some work. And yeah, hanging with creative people, it does wonders.
Yeah. The other question is that you need to ask yourself is like, what do you want to make? And also why? Like, it's not something you necessarily have to overthink too. It's just like, do you want to draw to be famous? Do you want to draw to be fun? Do you want to like what's your want for it? Like, I myself, like I would, even if I lost, like the internet was just gone and I just had nothing but myself and my iPad to draw on, I would still make the stuff that I'm doing. I would still write the stories that I'm doing because I want to see it. I want to make it happen. And it's gotten to a point now for, almost 10 years now that it's been a full-time job for me. And for yourself, like just getting started, like figure out why you want to do it, what you want to make, and make a small little goal for yourself. Like do a little bite-sized thing. Like do a 1-page comic, do something like that.
Yeah.
Think about what inspires you, like what art or cartoon or something do you look at and you're like, man, I want to do something like that. Like keep exposing yourself to stuff that makes you artistically happy.
Do stuff that you would enjoy.
Yeah.
First and
foremost. And
also,
it's such a fucking, it's said over and over again, but it's like, just do it. Just fucking start. Don't wait.
Yeah, you want to be a writer, start writing. Everybody whines about it.
There was a gentleman at our comic shop that he drew this little comic called Dot Man.
Yeah.
That was just really, really simplistic. Just the characters were literally like just dots. But he did his comic and he did a number of them, and he self-published and people enjoyed it. He had his fans. And the stories were good. Like I read a few of them and they were quite funny. He did a lot of like riffs on Dragon Ball and all that, and it was a good for a laugh. It was great. But at the end of the day, I kept looking at his work going, back to the I could draw better than this. But then it's like, but he did it and I didn't.
Yeah.
Right? Like he's doing it, I'm not. So at the end of the day,
tortoise in the hare moment.
If you're just starting out and putting pen to paper, then you're doing more than the person who is sitting there contemplating it and thinking they're not good enough.
Turn around till your name is on that paper.
I beg your friggin' pardon.
I love your characters, Rex.
Oh, thank you.
They got like that sort of almost Disney quality, but they're like definitely yours as well.
Take all the time.
I started Sweat Hearts because I was wanting to get really good at drawing like Disney's Robin Hood style.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of.
but I wanted to twist it and kind of put my own style into it too.
Well, clearly you've succeeded because that's the first thing that came to my mind.
And I'm gonna have a pretty late dinner.
But it could be a great dinner.
It will be.
In hell. And then you shoot me.
I've learned this recipe for like this braised beef dish, and it's just like caramelized onions, tomato, paprika, a little bit of cinnamon. You braise the beef, and after you caramelize that down and cook it down a bit, then you add some white wine water, toasted chopped almonds, breadcrumbs, and parsley, and it makes this thick, crazy sauce. I want to try and make that tomorrow. I would never do it for a job, whether it be working for someone else or my own kind of thing. I love cooking as much as I love drawing. It's just, I like cooking for myself and my friends and not
Your food's so good.
Well, thank you.
I enjoy it a fair bit too.
Yeah.
But one of the nice things, like having Fred around, is like, cooking for someone makes it a lot easier.
Oh yeah. That's the calories we have too.
When we have company over, I like being able to sit and cook something for people.
Mm-hmm.
Still can't get over that chicken dish I made a couple days ago. That was to die for.
It looked tasty.
Chicken tagine. Yeah, and the ingredients. So it was a chicken tagine, and it had squash, and it had olives, and orange, and raisins. I'm like, what flavor profile is this going for? And it was delicious. Love for Bubba to make that soup again next time he's down.
Oh, we should make that chicken tagine again.
Yeah, I'm definitely down for adding that to the rotation. Yeah, that Russian soup that Bubba makes is so. And it's another one. It's like, it's like all these different kinds of meats and sausage, and then pickles. It's
sausage
like,
pickle soup. It's delicious.
It's so good.
It's so good. I don't know. You taste it and you're like, this is Russian. There's something deeply Russian about this. It is like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it's comfort food for sure.
Yeah. It's up there on my list of favorites.
Yeah. I want to make that frickin' beef stew we had in New York at Baker Beach that we went to. Oh god, that stuff was so good. Yeah.
God, how the frick am I gonna do this?
Oh, I sure will. As soon as you sign that form, I'm still reading it. Well, you go right on and read it, bud.
Take all the time.
sign that form. I'm still reading it. Well, you go right on and read it, bud. Form. I'm still reading it. Well, you go right on and read it, bud. Sign that form. I'm still reading it. Well, you go right on and read it, bud. I'm still reading it. Well, you go right on and read it, bud.
Take all the time
Yeah,
you
it's
need.
Hewley. He canonically worked at a bakery.
Sign that form. I'm still reading it. Well, you go. And oh, I sure will. Soon as you sign that form, I'm still reading it. Well, you go right on and read it, bud.
Take all the time you need, because we're sticking around till your name is on that paper.
I also just like finding an excuse to draw food.
I'm still reading it. Well, you
God, I'm
go
getting so
right on and
hungry.
read
I
it,
should
bud.
eat dinner.
Take all the time.
You draw more food.
I did. Yeah, I'm drawing pastries and bread and cookies and
I'm a little
donuts.
hungry.
I don't have a proper BRB screen yet, but I'm gonna go munch something. I'll be back in a moment.
Could I be bad tonight? Just a little bit. A little bit. I'm just really.
Elaborate.
I've been hungry and I've been eating nothing but salad and super healthy stuff. I've lost 5 pounds in a week.
But you want Burger King.
I'd
Fortune's
like
discovered.
a little tiny bit of Taco Bell. Or something out of the freezer that's healthy. I don't know. Kind of want, yeah, either Taco Bell or... I mean, I don't want a whole bunch of Taco Bell. I only really just get a chili cheese burrito and a Doritos Taco Loco. Like, that's my usual go-to from them. I had plain sushi today for supper and 1 egg on a piece of bread for breakfast. Like that's all I've eaten today. My stomach's been growling all night, which is good. The more time that goes by that my stomach growls, that means it's the better I'm eating. I'm not starving myself, but it's like last month, anytime I got hungry, I'm like, I'm gonna go order this big thing, or I'm gonna go make a big thing, big portions. So by the time I went to the con, I was like 7 or 8 pounds heavier than I usually am. So I, been on the road, eating, ordering stuff.
I'm doing the zoom in X-ray Mortal Kombat of Sub-Zero's heart breaking, but do you think it's funnier if it's an anatomically correct heart or just like a heart? Or maybe it splits into, which could also be funny. I mean, it might be funnier if it's just like a regular ass heart, just to give myself a break. Like the fucking Grinch.
I can't order Mapo tofu because it's like 10:30 p.m. Taco Bell's the only thing open. As far as the heart thing, I'm thinking it'd have to be something icy and shattered.
Like
Greg,
his heart is icy and shattered?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
it's
Well,
Sub-Zero
you're showing-
crying.
You're animating his heart being broken, right?
Yeah. like when they do the X-ray stuff in Mortal Kombat. But the joke is that he's heartbroken. Like he's like really sad.
You should have it cut to whoever broke his heart and have it be like the test your might thing, and his heart's there. It zooms in, it fades his chest out, and the guy's like, it's like I don't know. You know the between every 2 rounds or whatever, they give you the block to chop.
I don't like it being a cartoon art.
I think it's just really funny because it's another unexpected thing.
Yeah, it's not what people expect.
Like on top of like all this detail, and then just like the bones and everything, and then it just like the transparency fades. It's just like wham, and it just like just rips like the Grinch heart.
Greg, do you want anything from Taco Bell?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
I want Taco Bell.
I'll get a few low-calorie things.
Take all the time you need because we're sticking around till your name is on that paper.
I beg your friggin' pardon?
Sub-Zero's heart grew 3 times that day. Just put in the paper tearing noise.
No, you know what? I'm gonna resist Taco Bell. I'm not gonna eat anything tonight.
Oh boy.
There are still lunch meats and stuff up here as well for if you want to make yourself a sandwich or something. Be locale with the.
Yeah, let me go snack on something. I'll be right back.
It's my stream now. Oh. Yo, Duran's sick. How's everyone doing? Yeah, I just need to stretch my legs. Jesus. Are we rocking in the free world? Oh, thanks for being your first chat. Do you mean like Darth Vader killing Watto, like in the comics? Yeah, I've seen that. See, I thought that already happened in the comics a while ago. I didn't make Samus a dude. I just made her layered in a bunch of hazmat gear. If you read her as more masculine, I mean, that's a better reading of how she was perceived originally, which is more true to the intent, but it's not a dude. My reading of Samus also in this world would be someone far more, you know, like I personally really don't like Samus as this like just over the top sexy model girl. Like I like her as more rugged, ripped, and with a lilt of like androgyny to her. I don't say that to like, you know, criticize or make you feel bad for thinking it was a guy. I get that my art very much, you know, gives more of a masculine edge to it sometimes, with like, you know, the bold lines and muscular men and, you know, sharp angles and stuff like that. But no, my intent there was just this reading of Samus in this world, covered head to toe, you know, in a hazmat suit that completely obscures the female form, with a bunch of gear on, you know, like that's, you know, like she's going to appear, you know. Yeah, no, I loved her look in Metroid Prime because it looked a lot like Kim Basinger, the actress she is based off of, who has a very sharp jawline and very, like, she is traditionally beautiful, but like my reading of Samus is again much more something ethereal, more androgynous, more, I don't know, just more sharpened beauty as opposed to just soft and, you know, cosplayery or whatever. Yeah, like if you've ever seen Deep Space Nine, Jadzia Dax to me would have been a perfect Samus, like her look. I know everyone thinks of 7 of 9 from Voyager because of like Zero Suit Samus, and like she was also great, but I think just a more toned down, more masculinic features like Kim Basinger or is it Terry Follett? Greg, are you still there? Probably not.
I am, yeah.
No. Oh, you are? Okay. Do you remember Jadzia Dax's actress? The name of the actress?
Yeah, Terry Farrell.
I was close. Anyway, yeah, she would be a closer Samus in my headcanon.
Does he console Sub-Zero?
Yes.
Does he say, "Oh, come here"?
He does.
Okay.
He does. After he face palms, it just cuts to him with his arms out. And he goes, "Come here!"
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I could just spoil it because that's like the only other line in the whole thing. So, all right, basically, it's Sub-Zero on the couch, like just weeping. And it's just like, and I'm going to post this on Valentine's Day, and he's going to be like, "She was my everything, man. Like, you don't understand. I don't know what I'm going to do without her. I don't know what to make it." And then Scorpion juts in and goes, "Get over her!" And just it cuts back to Sub-Zero, like, weeping his eyes out. And then he just goes, "Oh, come here." Like, that's it. That's like the whole thing. You've made me spill the beans.
Well, is it going to be "come here" or "get over here"?
Well, no, he says "get over her" as a pun on "get over here." Yeah, he goes, "Get over her." I don't know. Did my mic clip or something. I don't know.
No,
but,
you sounded
yeah.
like you were doing an accent. I was like, why does he sound like a redneck?
Sorry.
Get over her.
No, get over her.
No, I get it now.
You fucking wussy. No, but just like, get over her. Like, that was the whole bit. Yeah, he just loses it, shatters his icicle tears, zoom in, like X-ray, heart breaks, cut back to Scorpion, like, oh, come here, like puts his arms out. And then credits. Very simple, very short. I just want to get back to doing shorter, quick stuff. I don't know all the different Scorpion voices. In my head, there's just like the general sound of Scorpion's voice, which is like the original Scorpion. Uh-oh, am I clipping
only know
again?
the one from Sega Genesis. Get over here.
Yeah, get over her. I could probably do the voice, yeah. Just like it's not gonna be that hard. I mean, again, the formula for figuring out my stuff is take something that exists and just YouTube poop it in a way which involves either omitting or changing little words and then just animating it. That's really the whole formula. Like there's nothing too new. Like it's the same logic with the music bits. I actually have a new music bit video dropping this weekend. So, you know, get back on that for a little bit. I have another one which maybe I'll make in February if I have time. I've told you the gambler bit, right, Fred? Like, you know, you gotta know how to hold 'em. Know how to fold 'em. Okay, but you know that song?
Yeah.
Yeah, the gambler. Yeah.
Sometime in the night, the dealer, gambler, he broke even. Yeah.
So I really want to do the part where he goes, and if you're gonna learn to play the Game Boy, you're gonna learn to play it right. And he's holding like a Game Boy, and then he's like, his arms are around the guy, and he's just like, you gotta know how to hold 'em, know how to fold 'em, like just like clasps it, like know when to walk away when the game is done, like the battery's dead or something, just like, or he's beating Pokemon. But yeah, just really stupid. Yeah, it's just you gotta know how to hold them, know how to fold them.
And one YouTuber thing that you eventually have to do is you have to make a video of all of your shorts compiled as one big thing.
Oh yeah.
That'll
Right
be a
now,
lot of
I
view time
added
and a lot of monetization.
Yeah, well, monetization, no, because those are all copywritten songs. But I made a playlist on YouTube now for all those like botched songs. I think there's 10 in there. Soon to be 11. And then I made another playlist just for all the Valve game parodies because I realized I had more than 3. Cody, you're also a rude guy. That's nuts. Are we gonna have a problem? You best switch it up. Chat, who's the more evil Cormac McCarthy villain? I feel like Anton Chigurh, even though it is easy to argue he's evil, it's just he's so devoid of morality in the same way that you or I are. Like it's he's just like a force of nature. Like he's just completely
he's not there to torture people.
Yeah, like so I guess what was Judge Holden from? What property?
It was Blood Meridian, wasn't it?
Blood Meridian. Oh, yeah, then Blood Meridian, yeah. Dear God. Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, to me, like, Anton Chigurh is just like death itself. Like, just wandering. So it's like, yes, there is an evil to him, but Yeah, it's. I've already made the point. Is there significance in Metal Gear for Rude, or it had nothing to do with anything? I don't remember Rude being part of any character. Like the sorrow, the joy, the rude.
So rude.
Don't you know I like the rude? Don't
Rude
you know that
dog.
you're meant to? Dude, that was awesome.
Forgot about Rude
Dude, I didn't even know what the hell that was.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I almost want to make that because I've seen some other animators have like in their shorts, they'll have like a logo or something appear in a little jingle. I might just take that, just be like Rude Jack, like just do a little thing of like a font. Totally. That is a fun fact. Wow. Yeah, Judge Hold. Yeah, Blood Meridian is like Jesus. Really. It's night and day. Anyway, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, but I don't even need to put the BRB screen up because other people are doing stuff. So I'll be back.
Y'all are crazy. Oh, did that do it? Am I done? Oh no, I've got to go back and do this shot. Fuck.
I am back. I think MGS5 is the best gameplay, the best like engine, like smoothness I've ever played in like a third-person shooter. But I think it suffers so much from its curation, and like I would much sooner play MGS3 or 2 or 1 just for like how tight and efficient.
You skipped 4.
And how interesting. Oh, well, and 4. Of course 4. But I don't know, I was just regaling. But yeah. Well, no, they're talking about MGS5 in the chat. I mean, if I just want to like shit around, then yeah, MGS5 is like one of the best like just sandboxes for that. 4 emotionally is just phenomenal.
4 is I've never cried as hard as I did in the ending of Metal Gear Solid 4, because I've been there since the beginning, like since like the Nintendo games and shit, and it was closure, and it wasn't bad. It was just peak Kojima, I guess. But like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
I may have been a tiny little bit tipsy when I beat the game, and the final scene in the graveyard place and all that. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but dude, I man cried. I fucking man cried, and there's certain stuff that guys won't get that girls cry about, and they're like, oh, you're a guy, you wouldn't understand. I'm just like, why are you crying, baby? You know, There is literally the exact opposite of that.
Yeah.
With like the big tough burly man. Honey, why are you crying? You wouldn't understand. They're men on the battlefield. Like, it's just the exact opposite of that. It's just, oh my God, yeah. I felt silly crying over it, but then after a while I was like, no, it was great. That was, man.
Yeah.
Not my favorite Metal Gear game to play, but like, holy fuck, what a game that was.
Yeah, it's... I mean, it's... Anything Kojima does, it's more of like just this auteur game that exists between, as pretentious as this sounds, but like it's true. You're playing like a real movie that happens to also have video game parts. Like, that's just what it is. It is not... Like, so if you want to play like a video game, then I see why 5, that's like the real one. That's like the best one.
I love 5 though. 5 is also a good game. Everybody says, oh, it's a departure, and blah. It's like, sure, it's a different game. Yeah. I don't mind at all. I loved it. I still need to beat it.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I don't know, if 5 was kind of hard to like fully get through, because it's just, maybe it's because I'm just getting older, but like when a game has like that much to do in it, to me it kind of suffers. Like, I'm much more into singular journeys, like a Metroid or like an arcade game that I can just pick up and play for as long as I want, or like a roguelike or or a fighting game. Games that are like just super massive with huge worlds with like nothing in them, I can't do it anymore. I think Rising is this really fun, awesome thing that exists, but I think most people, I don't think I'm alone in saying that it's not what we would consider like a true Metal Gear game.
Yeah, that's more like Devil May Cry, honestly.
Yeah.
Or
Any
God
game
of War.
that... Yeah. Any game that has me... Metal Gear is kind of a series for everyone. I mean, you can choose which one you like the most. I mean, Metal Gear 3 is like what? Like the greatest Bond film never made? Like, so it's like, there's a lot of fun to be had there. Metal Gear 2 is an insane delving into like postmodernism and like, our world.
Literally fulfilled prophecies that are keeping on getting fulfilled.
Yeah, like it's poignant and scary. Yeah, like it's like a V for Vendetta, the video game or something. I don't know. Just and then I mean, 1 is just this classic Escape from New York kind of movie game.
Yeah, I think Metal Gear Solid 1 is the greatest video game ever made. Like adjusting for inflation, adjusting for available technology at the time. That they put something that grandiose on a fucking PS1 that where the textures had all that garbled bend whenever you turned the wrong way, and like it had no anti-aliasing or smoothing of textures or anything, and it's still it's not my favorite game of all time or anything, but I think for the time it came out and the effort put into what was available at the time, like we literally have a push button make video game now. Push button make video game literally exists now. But back then, I think, hey Brian, how's it going?
Psycho Mantis. You're that ninja.
The effort put into that, I think it's the most effort put into a fucking video game ever for that time.
No, what a beast.
I'm back. I'm just munching.
Hell yeah. Why did Ocelot put on Liquid's arm? Is he stupid? I just feel like I don't know why I read that like the Mythbusters like narrator. Hey Jamie, have you heard the myth that if you put on a nanobot infused arm, you'll take on the user's personality? Yeah, so the story goes this one guy did it. The boys are going to have their work cut out for them. So this is not going to work on a dummy. We're going to need a live specimen. Adam, give me your arm. Why is it always me? Yeah, I think Jamie and Adam should fight like Snake and Liquid Ocelot at the end of MGS4 on top of a submarine when they're both like old. That'd be awesome. I mean, they are old, but like when they're like just super old men, like they just fight to the death. Oh. That's one thing that got me tripping. Whoa. Yo, that shirt's sick. I want that shirt. The rude dog. That's so awesome. Was it a good show? Or was it just... What was it even?
The dog... Did you watch the intro? It's
yeah, but like...
Basically, he's the totally rude dog that has a bunch of dumb dogs that follow him around. It's like, oh, gee, rude dog, what should we do today? Yeah, let's drive a car and look cool. It's like...
So my spirit animal is finally here. Awesome. I'm gonna sneeze. Motion tracking sneezes. Yeah, I still want to kind of record when I come back to the call, just the Jack is back, like the Salmon Max.
I don't know how we do
That'd
it.
be funny.
I tried. I really did.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I just thought it'd be cool. Why must you constantly disappoint me? Always.
I don't like not being able to figure out audio stuff, but if it's simply because I don't have the resources, then there's nothing I can really do about it.
Fred, my friend, you have helped me so much. Never feel bad. It won't be the last time. There's going to be a ton more things. Eagle and I are still trying to figure out how to get those synth patches for Metroid Prime. Like that's going to be tricky. So I don't know. I don't know if you know anyone who knows anyone, but that's the next thing on the docket.
I think Minute Hour just dropped his new thing that he's doing.
Really? That's huge.
I have no idea what it is.
Whoa. Crazy. We're hitting 4 hours here. I think this was a success. This is awesome.
Yar, I think I'm going to jump on VR chat as Wolf O'Donnell for a little bit and be stinky and up to no good. Are you
gonna stay live? Like, cause I was thinking of calling it.
No, I'm gonna do it.
But yeah.
How do we raid? Can I raid?
Let's raid each other as we both leave.
It'll go on forever and ever and ever.
Do you think they ever raided each other's streams? Do you think they ever explored each other? Oh.
Hey, let's raid Meat Canyon.
Does this work? I mean, yeah, I don't know how to do it. Teach me how to raid.
Go to your dashboard.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
and
raid
click
channel.
the parachute. And then go to search, type in Meat Canyon, and it'll click and load you into a mini window. And then at the very, very bottom right, you click. Wait, are you with me, or are you still looking for the parachute?
No, I'm looking at Meat Canyon's thing.
Okay, so at the bottom right, it says Start Raid. When you click Start Raid, it's going to count down to 10 and start loading everybody up. And when the countdown is done, usually during the countdown, you're like, all right, here we go on the raid. Thank you for coming, everybody. Have a good night, blah, blah, blah.
I don't see the Start Raid.
At the bottom right. Wait,
it was my screen was
it's all
budged.
good.
I see it now. I see it.
I'm clicking it now.
All right, everyone, thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow.
We're going to do this all the
day.
time. My goal is to get affiliate, and then after that, we're cooking with gas.
and act like I don't know nobody.
Yeah.
All right, y'all have a good night. I'll see you.
All right, bye, everyone.
Bye. Then click raid now, and then stop streaming on OBS because people will still see this in the VOD.